What was the Roe v. Wade case and why is it significant? Let's start at the beginning. In the heart of the Lone Star State, Texas, a law was in place that prohibited abortions, except in instances where the mother's life was in danger. Enter Jane Roe, a pseudonym for a woman who found herself pregnant and seeking an abortion, but was barred by this law. Unable to travel to another state where abortion was legal and unwilling to risk an unsafe procedure, Roe decided to challenge the status quo. She sought the help of two young lawyers, Linda Coffey and Sarah Weddington. Together, they filed a lawsuit against the state of Texas, arguing that the law was unconstitutional and infringed upon Roe's right to privacy. This case, initiated by a single woman's struggle, was about to shake the nation. The case eventually reached the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court. The arguments that unfurled in this grand arena were nothing short of groundbreaking. A major point of contention revolved around the right to privacy, a constitutional safeguard enshrined in the 14th Amendment. The claim was that this right extended to a woman's decision to terminate her pregnancy. The attorneys representing Jane Roe argued passionately that the Texas law, by banning most abortions, was an infringement on this right to privacy. They contended that women should be allowed to make personal and intimate decisions about their bodies without state interference. On the other side of the aisle, the state of Texas defended its law, arguing that the state had a compelling interest in protecting unborn life. They also asserted that the Constitution did not explicitly guarantee a woman's right to have an abortion. The Supreme Court, however, saw things differently. In a historic 7-2 decision, they ruled in favor of Roe. They held that the right to privacy, as protected by the 14th Amendment, did indeed encompass a woman's decision to have an abortion. This ruling essentially legalized abortion nationwide. The court's decision also introduced the concept of trimester framework. It stated that during the first trimester, a woman's right to have an abortion was virtually unrestricted. During the second trimester, the state could regulate abortion, but only to protect the woman's health. In the third trimester, when the fetus could potentially survive outside the womb, the state had a stronger interest in regulating or even prohibiting abortion, except when necessary to protect the woman's life or health. This monumental decision was not just about abortion, it was about women's rights, personal freedom, and autonomy. It was about the government's role in personal decisions and about balancing individual rights with state interests. With this decision, the Supreme Court had effectively overturned restrictive abortion laws in many states. It was a landmark ruling that would echo through the corridors of time, sparking debates and legal battles that continue to this day. The Supreme Court decision was just the beginning. In the wake of Roe v. Wade, a seismic shift occurred. Women's rights and reproductive freedoms were thrust into the national spotlight, creating a ripple effect that's still felt today. This landmark ruling ignited a firestorm of debates and legal battles over abortion rights that continue to shape our nation's discourse. States began to respond, each in their way, crafting laws that either embraced or challenged the ruling. In some places, access to safe, legal abortions was expanded, while in others, obstacles were erected, making it more difficult for women to exercise their reproductive rights. The aftermath of Roe v. Wade showcases the dynamic and often contentious nature of American democracy. It underscores the power of the Supreme Court to reshape and redefine our societal norms and values. Roe v. Wade remains one of the most controversial and influential Supreme Court decisions in American history, its echoes still heard in our legal and cultural debates today. Thank you for watching. We would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe to become a part of our community and stay updated.